And then, of course, Lightning then asked, and this is the last question I'm doing for tonight, about my Pokemon crew. Especially gets funny because and actually this is fitting because I've already talked about like the YouTube anime crew. I think it was that last podcast I talked a lot about them. So it's funny to kind of do the gaming and the Pokemon crew. Um, it's weird because our crew is kind of like a good chunk of main people and like a few extras that I don't get to interact with as much because they're usually busy with like life and shit. But if we're talking the Pokemon crew, Tyrone is like my bro. I legit we make a lot of jokes about him, but I genuinely respect him. And to me, he's the juice of the Pokemon side of things. Like he was the one who invited me to do commentaries and all that other stuff with him. Uh, he is genuinely funny as fuck, especially with all the impressions. Uh, and he just has like this real entertainer spirit. That's why it irks me when he doesn't do as much. Like, bro, I think he'd be one of the types to blow up on YouTube because he's just like he has an entertainer spirit. He just doesn't do it sometimes, and it irks me. But yeah, Tyrone is like, let's go. Like he just like Tyrone be the type of dude like if he called me at like 12 o'clock saying I need you to come get me, I go get him. No questions asked. I just go get him. KG is a different beast entirely. KG Prestige is like pure. He's like good natured chaos. That's how I describe KG. KG is good natured chaos. Um, it's weird because it keeps things entertaining while also making things insanely chaotic. But he is like, there's no way other to describe him than he is good natured chaos, and I love it. I love it. Oh yeah, the Dragon Ball Super stuff is absolutely hilarious, bro. But KG, I think is probably one of the nicest people you will ever meet, like dead ass. He just has that like really kind spirit, and like even when he's chaotic, it's never on some evil shit. It's always like him just being like, I don't know, it's just nice. It's like nice chaos, which is just a weird statement. TSS is like the fucking uncle at the fucking cookout that you never see all the time, but you're not necessarily excited when you see him. The dude is wise beyond his years, but like, bro, sometimes, and I feel like almost everybody gets like this with their family. Sometimes you're just like, shut the fuck up. Like, it's like TSS has those moments where I'm like, bro, just shut the fuck up for a second. Love him to death, and he's wise beyond his years. But sometimes you just have those moments where you're like, just shut the fuck up. But the dude definitely has a lot of knowledge to impart on people, and that's part of the reason why I like him is that he's wiser than he lets on. In some ways, I would say he lays on the fact that he's wise too damn much. But I respect all ideas, especially with the whole. Actually, I don't know. Well, I guess for those, I won't say it because I don't know if he wants me to say it. But he's been through a lot. He's persevered, and he's also because he's in the tech. That's something I relate to him a lot with. So I like TSS a lot, but man, sometimes it's like, bro, too much information. It's a Friday night. Shut the fuck up. Uh, I might clip this and like send it to them. I might clip the Juices Loose one. I might clip those separately and make those separate videos just for the hell of it. What else? So that's KG, Tyrone, TSS. Richie's crazy to me because Richie has grown a lot. Richie used to be so quiet when I met him, and now I feel like he's a lot more into himself as an adult. Um, and I'm glad because you never want to be stuck in a certain phase in your life. Richie, I also feel like is chaos, but he's like chaos in a more neutral light, and he's a lot more honest now than he used to be. Like he got on us, I think recently because me, TSS, and Tyrone, or maybe it was just me and Tyrone, were like over talking them in the podcast. And Richie, when I first Richie wasn't, but when I first met Richie, he wouldn't have said that kind of shit. I respect that level of honesty, um, and I respect that level of bluntness, and I hope he never loses that because that shit. A lot of people sometimes you need a friend who will just say that shit. Um, I don't feel like he's all the way there yet, but he's definitely grown a lot, and I'm glad to have seen that growth in him. Speaking of growth, I actually would say the same thing about Polly in that sense. Polly has also gone through that level of transformation. Polly, I feel like has. Here's the thing about the internet. The internet is a great place, but can burn you so quickly. And I feel like in some ways, Polly was on that side of the fence, where she got burned super quickly, and was very nervous um, because of it. I feel like she's grown a lot. Just to go ahead and shout her out real quick, she has a YouTube channel that she started that people should go subscribe to and give her some love. I'm happy. She's like another one of the she's jumped into that realm. She only has 21 subscribers right now, but she's also coming to herself a lot. And it's weird because I've already heard her. It's weird because like if you Polly's one of them type of chicks that if you had saw her in high school, you were like, oh, she's friends with everybody. And the way when she talks about her friends in real life, she seems like someone who was friends with everybody. So it's crazy to me that she seems like she struggles online more than I would think she does. But I think it's also because she's like the very emotional or sensitive or like are very emotionally in tune with people. And I think that's a dangerous way to be on the internet because it backfires. She also has a Twitch too, but she is uploading like videos on her YouTube channel now, which is cool. I want to support that because like she's another one of those people who has like a really bright personality, and she's weird, and I think she gets nervous about being weird on the internet, not realizing everybody's weird on the internet. I mean, for God's sakes, I went from fucking making vlogs about life to fucking openly liking a bunch. Like, bruh, if you go look, don't do it. But if you go look up my Twitter feed of like posts, it's so much lewd in that shit. It's ridiculous. You would think I had a porn addiction. So it trips me out that she gets so worried about being like considered weirder on the internet. But I think that's just her gaining confidence. And she's another one, just like Richie, who's gained a lot of confidence over the past like year or so. I've not only known her for like a year or so. Richie I've known for a few years, and she's already made like a really good amount of growth in that year I've known her. So I'm happy and I'm proud for her, and I want her to do well. Same thing with Richie, because I think they both have personalities that can shine, and she already seems to have like the editing and the video stuff down, so she's like a natural. Who else am I missing? And then Nessa. Nessa, I think, is the last one of like our main group that interacts the most. Nessa's, I'm gonna say right now, I'm gonna roast Nessa real quick. The one thing I hate with Nessa is that fucking mic, bro. I almost like, and I realistically think it's because Nessa doesn't give a shit about like becoming a YouTuber or a Twitch person. She has like no, I don't think she has any interest in like any of that. I think she just likes to talk and hang out. And that's perfectly cool. But man, sometimes that fucking microphone makes me want to flip a goddamn makes me want to flip a goddamn table. Nessa's one of those is like don't judge a book by its cover. Nessa, you know why? Because Nessa's not in a lot of stuff, and I don't think she really cared. Nessa, I just think likes the interaction. It wasn't until DC that I kind of realized that Nessa's way more of a how do I describe it? For one, Nessa's the oldest out of our group, by the way. The only thing I know about Nessa is that she's cool and that she's Mexican like me. Uh Nessa went from it's weird because it was such a whim situation with Nessa. And then she kind of jumped in our group. And I would almost argue she's probably the most outgoing. How do I describe? Not maybe not the most. Well, actually, yeah, in a way, the most outgoing. She's like way more like. I put it this way. I look at Nessa and realize I still have growing to do. Like that's the way I look at Nessa. Seems so like confident in who she is. It's almost intimidating to me sometimes. She's very herself, and it's I don't know how to describe it. It's almost mesmerizing in the way. I don't know how to describe it. She's really cool. She's really forthcoming and very outgoing, and it's just yeah, she's older than it's only I think it's only about like a year, but she is older than TSS. I just think she has her shit together, and it's weird because in a way it seems like she has her shit together better than anyone else. Um, damn, I don't even know how to describe. I can't really say anything else. I just she's like I think I've never gotten a vibe. I'll put it this way: I've never been surrounded by a girl that like that like gives off a super like older sister or like big sis vibe to me. Ness is like the first chick I've run across that really hits me with that whole like I got you, but I'm gonna let you know if you fucking up. Like that's it's I don't know how to describe it. It's like this love of honesty and transparency that throws me off. I'm not used to like a chick being like that. Yeah, there's no hidden things there. I don't know how to describe it. I don't fucking know. This is just different, bro. I don't know how to describe it. That's our main group. The only other extra members I can mention is like Evie and Daniel, but I don't interact with them consistently enough to get a beat on them. Daniel seems very to himself, but not that he's like antisocial, but he is like he strikes me as a relatively introverted person. But I don't know if it's the I don't know if that's just with our group or something.